And we are back here at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Arena in San Juan, getting ready for the third of our triple header today. You're taking a look at the protagonists in our last and arguably the most awaited game of the first round, probably of the entire tournament. We are going to take a look at the Criss Cross King Crunchers going up against the reigning champs, the Cignal HD Spikers. And as we mentioned, this is already the third of our games today. Savoj already disposed of VNS in straight sets, and also Alpha also won by a sweep against the injury-laden Navy team, and saved the best for last. I think it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say ito talaga yung pinakiitay na napakarami, and we are so happy that you're joining us today. A great day for volleyball. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chikiro Puno with my partner Neil Flores, and Alexis Tinsay will be joining us a little later as well. Exag ba yung ito yung most awaited? Parang
no, it is true. This has been the most awaited match this conference. Actually, in recent conferences, sila talaga yung inaabangan ng ating volleyball fans. This is also the last day of our first round here in the Spikers turf. And at the end of this day, only one team will maintain their clean record.
Yun naman, may resibo naman. Meron kaming pruweba. Let's take a look at the standings, and it bears us out.
Both teams are sitting comfortably in the top two spots. Again, only the top four will enter after the double round robin format. Savoj is right there in the top four picture with a 3-2 record. And as for Alpha, BNS, and PGJC Navy, dikit-dikit sila for the last slot in that Final Four picture.
So let's talk about Cignal first. Their win-loss record flawless, but have they given up a set? They actually have in this last game that they played against the, sabi natin, injury-laden PGJC Navy.
I did cover that game of Cignal HD, and sabi nga ni Coach Dex, that has been the trademark of Cignal. So a slow start. They also had a lot of unforced errors, and that just really helped the PGJC Navy carve out that first set victory. But the Navy Sea Lions weren't able to sustain their momentum. So Cignal really controlled sets 2-4. Again, they controlled the attacking department 64 compared to the 29 of the Navy Sea Lions. So we are expecting an all-out performance again on offense for Cignal HD, especially they're up against a really good blocking team in Criss Cross.
Yeah, take a look at the way the second to fourth sets went. Very different from the first set. So bumawi agad ang Cignal HD. And largely, these numbers because of our main man, none other than Jao Mandal, who delivered 18 points against Navy.
Yeah, he has been the consistent source of points for the HD Spikers. He contributed 18 markers in that game against PGJC Navy, and he is just proving that despite the stars in their roster, he can still shine the brightest. He had a 53% efficiency clip. And again, he's showing everybody why he's the Open Conference MVP as well.
Yeah, we're going to look at a lot of MVPs today. That's a story. We're going to pit one MVP against another. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's first talk about how Criss Cross also did in their last game. Hindi flawless din ang kanilang win-loss record, pero they also gave up one set against Navy, but two sets against Savoj in their last game.
Criss Cross actually exchanged momentum with Savoj. They traded sets in that game. It was a 5-set thriller, but ultimately, the blocking department saved Criss Cross. They put up a block party against the Spin Doctors led by Pemi Bagalay, who came off the bench. And as we take a look at the numbers, Savoj actually had good numbers on offense. Halos pantay lang sila in that department. But again, in the end, it will always be defense that will win crucial games.
And this is testimony to the depth of the bench of Criss Cross, and I'm sure Cignal is well aware of that. So they're going to be looking at sino ba ang babantayan nila. Merong mga bagalay dyan na biglang gumagawa off the bench. Pero ito, siguradong markado na ito. Jude Garcia, we were talking about MVP. Well, this guy is the reigning MVP, and let's see how he will do today based on his performance against Savoj.
He was the MVP for both conferences last year, and he is looking to bring his A-game today. Hindi masyadong maganda yung naging performance ni Jude Garcia in that Invitational Conference Championship against Cignal HD. So he really wants to bounce back and get this win. And in terms of track record, mas marami na ang naipanalo ang Cignal HD. Out of their 7 meetings, Cignal has won 5. So Criss Cross is looking to get win number 3 against their rivals in today's game.
I just wanted to mention, Neil, the 55.6% efficiency rate. That is sky high. Really impressive. And now we turn you over to Alexis Tinsay. Meron pa kami pwede itanong kung hindi ipagkumpara yung dalawang MVP. How did they get on the action, Ai?
Chiki Neil, you're right on that. It's finally the day where we'll find out who's really on top. We have a poll just below your stream. If you're on the Pilipinas Live app, we have a question for today's game. Which MVP will rise above the competition today? Will it be Jao Mandal or Jude Garcia? Don't forget, you can also join in the conversation online by using the hashtag SpikerServe 2025. You can also visit our Facebook, X, and Instagram pages to stay up to date with the league. And for that, for our last match of our preliminaries for our round one, we'll be back here after the break on the Pilipinas Live app.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Philoil Eco Oil Arena in San Juan City and Season 8, the open conference of the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion. This is our final match in the preliminary round, and this may be a preview to the championship, as both our contenders remain undefeated. For match number 15, let us welcome our defending champions, our Cignal HD Spikers, and their challengers, our Criss Cross King Crunchers. Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Bobby Celso. Second referee, Mr. Patrick Alan Castillo. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our defending champions, our Cignal HD Spikers. Let's begin with their team captain. He wears jersey number 8, John Paul Bugawan. At number 3, Joshua Retamar. Number 4, Stephen Rotter. At number 10, Wendell Miguel. Wearing jersey number 11, Joshua Umandal. And at number 15, Martin Bugawan. Starting liberos, number 7, Vince Lorenzo. Head coach, Mr. Dexter Clamore. Calling on our Criss Cross King Crunchers. Let's begin with jersey number 1, Angelo Nicolas Almendras. At number 2, Jaron Requinton. Wearing jersey number 4, Kim Malabunga. Wearing jersey number 5, Jude Garcia. Number 14, Esmilzo Joner Polvorosa. And at number 16, Giancarlo Glorioso. Starting libero is number 22, Manuel Sumanggid III. Head coach, Mr. Anusorn, Coach Tai Bondit. This is match number 15 of the preliminary round, the 8th season Open Conference.
Your lineup for the Cignal HD Spikers. First time they're going to be meeting, talking about Cignal and Criss Cross. I want to say they're teams that know each other very well kasi halos nanganak lang ang Criss Cross galing sa Cignal. Tama ba, Neil?
Yeah, that's correct. Again, there are former HD Spikers dito sa roster ng Criss Cross. Rexental and Ish Polvorosa came from the system of Coach Dex Clamore. So we are expecting a tight battle. It has always been a tight battle between these two teams. Almost always 5 setters lagi pinaglalabanan nila. But for this game, I'm actually interested in seeing how Nico Almendras will perform against his former teammate Owa Retamar.
Oh, yeah. So many sidelights and a lot of former teammates going up against each other, like you mentioned. And here we go. First point from the performer, Jao Mandal. We went through his numbers in the game previous to this, and his efficiency rate over 50%.
Jao Mandal will be firing from all angles, that's for sure. Not just in the front line, but also that low fast set to the pipe. You can expect that also later from the HD Spikers. And as
that's unusual.
Jaron Requinton took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah. That's considered an ace, but a very, well, it's a first for me. I've been doing this for quite a while, Neil. I've never seen that happen. Ayan, he was just taking his position, Requinton, and that's another point for Cignal. And now this is a first offensive move from Criss Cross. And the defense, umaandar on both sides. Very early on, Jao again, going soft. And that one is outside untouched. Or is there a check?
Yes, there was a check.
Yeah, there was a check.
Hot start for the HD Spikers.
Yeah. And you know, Rotter was not a starter. If you look back at the conference before this, he was just parang nagpapakilala lang, Stephen Rotter, and now he is fielded in from the beginning. Also ranked highly as one of the top scorers, second best scorer for Cignal, as we take a look at that first point from Gian Glorioso.
Gian Glorioso will also be one of the biggest weapons for Criss Cross in this game. And he just bagged his best middle blocker plum in the last conference. He's looking to bring extra heat into this game.
Cignal are big blockers, as we know, so we expect the middles to be activated all day, or at least that would be a good idea for Criss Cross. Meantime, another point for Cignal.
The middles of Cignal are reliable decoys, actually. They will give the wings a lot of space to go for their attacks.
Here comes Zhao with his big serve. That's a good first ball. And a bump set spike. You know, we credit Jude Garcia, and right away, Jude Garcia just displaying his versatility. He's just as reliable in the back as he is in front.
That's the biggest improvement on his game. We already know that he is a reliable attacker, a strong attacker for Criss Cross. Pero yung stability niya sa likuran, yung pinakamalaking tulong na pwede niyang ibigay din.
Wow, that's the advantage of the 6'4", is he? Ano ba yung height nitong si Rother? But he is clearly one of the tallest players on the court there. Yes, 6'4". So has time to case the joint and see where to drop the ball. Back set. Good try for Owa, but Requinton will get that point.
Good recovery from Requinton. Defense was a bit slow to react in the last rally. But that's a quick side out from Criss Cross.
We're talking about the blocking strength of both squads. Cignal is #1 and Criss Cross #2. And it's only 1 kill block between the two. So halos pantay ang performance nila in terms of blocking. And that one is going to be called outside. That's a point for Criss Cross.
The ball of Wendell Miguel hit the tape of the net as it rolled outside.
And actually, nagpapalitan lang naman talaga ng puntos. The Cignal just got ahead with a couple of those easy points. But talk about an easy point. Jude Garcia now.
That would be the easiest point. Jude Garcia will score in today's game. That overpass was costly from the HD Spikers. And there was no one up there to prevent that attack from Garcia.
So Cignal being the huge blocking team they are, if things happen that quickly, then it's going to be tough to block Criss Cross. I think they want to really hasten the tempo, no? Go up against Cignal.
Outside hitters are often called the cleaners of broken plays. That was a perfect example of that. Wendell Miguel just using the blockers of Criss Cross to get the point.
Oh, that went right back into Cignal's court. Almost going across the tape, but it bounced back. That's another point for Criss Cross. We're now tied at 6. Good first ball. Mendras, oh, 3-man block working for Cignal that time.
That was such a tight 3-man wall built by the HD Spikers. Trademark Cignal HD, look at that. Closing all possible angles for Nico Almendras.
Of course, JP Pugawan is the best blocker in the league so far. That one got past the blockers time, and we're seeing palitan lang talaga ng puntos. Not too many rallies yet.
Ish Polvorosa has been utilizing the middles of Criss Cross. Get their attack points in.
That's a tough serve from Kim Alabunga. Zhao taking it easy. And Ish with a quick play. Somebody was at the net, it seems. Yeah, and Criss Cross will get to 8 points first. And we'll take a break after this technical.
Seen that the Cignal HD Spikers are smoothing cruisely inside the preliminaries, but actually this is one of the most challenging tournaments they've ever joined because of the back-to-back games with over 24 hours to recover and strategize over the next opponent. They do have a 16-man group, but only the mentally tough make it for the next game. Endurance and consistency are really the keys to give out high-definition performance. Now for Wendell Miguel, he advised his teammates to not just rest their bodies, but rest their minds when they're off the court. Now for Jao Omandal with 18 points last match, it's also about just being confident all throughout because if you're working for Coach Dex's perfect system, all you have to do is to trust in it. Back to set one.
Thanks so much. All of that absolutely true. The trust, kitang-kita naman sa sistema. And so far, we've been seeing just an exchange of points as expected, actually.
Glorioso has been on fire for Criss Cross, contributing 3 points already off those quick attacks. And they've tried different options of attack from the middle already. We saw an A quick, B quick, even a slide a while ago. That will be key to get past the first line of defense of the HD Spikers.
Rotter this time. Oh, no, that one is a dead ball. And Rotter missed the mark earlier on, but adjusted properly, and now he will score.
That's the thing about Cignal. Conversion won't be an issue because Owara Tamar has plenty of options. Not just in the first 6, but also dun sa second stringers ni Coach Dex.
Oh, wow. Just the attacks from both sides.
That's what you get when you activate Gian Glorioso. Look at Martin Bogawan commit to that quick attack. It opened up a lot of space for Jaron Requenton to get that powerful swing in.
And more or less yung sinabi mo about the advantage for OWA. It kind of applies to Criss Cross din. Ang daming options, Nish. Wow. Nakikita na natin, this is like, parang nag-exhibition. Lahat pwedeng pumalo.
They mirror each other so well.
Yeah.
That is the version of Martin Bogawan. The quick attack.
And younger brother, of course, of JP, if some of you are wondering. And it must be really such a thrill to have the brothers play together in the team. Oh, now we're seeing the solo blocks. Yan naman. Cignal just showing there's so many ways to skin a cat, so many ways to score. Wendell Miguel is going at it all alone there.
It is so important to choose the right angles when you're up against a single block. Wendell Miguel dropped his right hand as he saw Jaron Requenton gunning for a cross-court kill.
Oh, that one's outside. So dito lang magkakatalo nito who is more accurate at the serve and who will second guess the other setter, because both setters playing smart here and are able to execute their plays. Good reception from both teams. Miguel is blocked. Another chance here for Cignal. Rotter from the other side. And Jude Garcia, see, sama ka eh. It's a mirror image. Meron din kami noon, sabi ni Jude.
Jude Garcia timing that block very well against Steven Rotter. Again, we've seen a lot of single blocks from both ends of the court, and it's really about getting the right timing.
That must feel good for Jude Garcia. Reigning MVP, scored 22 last game. And too fast. Just the action here, too fast. So both teams already realize that it's going to be this kind of pace all day, so they're going to try to adjust maybe. How do you block when it's so fast-paced? You just have to guess well.
I guess the team who will serve harder will get that significant advantage. Wow. Jude Garcia hitting that ball above the block of Steven Rotter.
What I'm hearing you say, Neil, is you want to force the other team to go out of system with your serve, no?
Because both teams have organized blocking patterns. So when you take your opponent out of system, it makes it so much easier for them to read all of the possible angles na pwedeng daanan ng attacker.
But so far, we've been seeing just complete games from both sides, even the defense. And a chance here for Cignal. Back set to Miguel. That one is called inside. just the accuracy, just every single player on point here so far, practically.
Wendell Miguel has mastered that sharp cross-court angle of his. We've seen different types of hits already from Wendell Miguel. A while ago, he delivered that soft shot para lang ma-reset yung bola at makakuha sila ng better chance to attack.
It's the first over receive we've seen today. Rotter again from his favorite spot. And Cignal insists that was inside. Yeah, I think Cignal will get the point.
Yep, that ball clipped the line right on the sideline.
Perfect. Just that corner pocket right there. Oh, he going strong. And that second service error for Rotter. If you imagine kung pumasok yung mahirap din talagang pigilin.
That was the 5th unforced error of the HD Spikers. This was their problem in that first set loss against the PGJC Navy Sea Lions. I think they committed 14 unforced errors.
Here comes Rotter again, this time hitting it off the block. So si Owa Randamar giving Rotter a chance to redeem himself. And despite the number of errors you mentioned, look at the score. So Cignal is displaying such clean offense. Now most of the errors set sa serve, they're able to compensate.
We're seeing a lot of quick side outs from both teams.
Yeah. Again, quick conversion from Kim Malabunga. And both setters really showing their mastery and choosing their plays, no? Not just the skill, but just the decision making. Ang bilis. Pasok pa rin.
Jim Glorioso couldn't even react.
Yeah.
Play like it's your last game, because you never know when it will be your last game, so you just gotta give it your all every time, no matter who the competition is, because that will bring you confidence each day, and you'll just want to keep playing better than your original game. So it's just a way to always be ready.
And one of the biggest revelations from last conference, and now he is all in. Now he is not a newbie anymore. He's established himself as a very dependable offensive player. Second best from Cignal. Let's see where he ranks. We're still talking about Rotter.
And that's the 6th unforced error already for Cignal, so they do have to polish some aspects of their game because they have been converting a lot of sets from Owaret Tamar.
Just to complete that thought, si Rotter is the second best spiker in the league, and he is also number 6 in scoring. Jao Mandal on your screens. And with that last attack, of course, is up there also. He is number 4. And you know, you remember, it was very peculiar, or it was curious how he didn't start in many of the games from the invitation. If you remember that, si Jao was coming off the bench. And so we're back to what we're used to seeing now with Jao as one of the, among the starting unit.
He has been the go-to player for Cignal HD in the past few conferences. Mukhang ganun pa rin ngayon. Although he has a lot of support from the likes of Steven Rotter and Wendell Miguel.
I'm guessing it might have been one of those moves by Coach Dex where he wanted the team also to see what it's like when it's a different anchor on the field, on the court. That's why hindi laging... I don't know if you remember that from the last... It was, diba, si Jao was coming off the bench. set for Quinton down the line. Good read by Lorenzo. Oh, and that one got away from Sumang.
He was already there for the dig, but he wasn't able to control. But Wendell Miguel hit. There's a lot of spin in that ball.
That's into the net also. Again, these high risk, high reward serves. They're called that for a reason.
But we're almost at the 20-point mark, so this is the time that teams really have to put their services in.
Oh, yun. Bumawi naman si Zhao. Can almost forgive those errors at the serve.
That's going to be an illegal attack though, called on Jao Mandal. He stepped on the attack line, and as a back row player, you cannot step on that line if you want to go for that hike.
We have a timeout.
Simple mistake, it matters. Dalawa na kagad kasi isahan lang, side outan lang tayo eh. Okay? Di bale, dalawa lang naman. Kailangan natin maka-side out and then maka-break point para mag-all 20. Okay? Let's go! Trabaho. Let's go. Tuloy lang discard. Wala pa baguhin. Hey, Cignal!
Very calm and unperturbed. Coach Dex Cignal down by 2 though, and you're right. Now we're getting close to the 25-point mark. Kahit palitan lang ng puntos, it's important to get your serves at this point and not lose points right away via service errors. And Rother from the right wing stopped. Also, the blocking this time of Cignal will get them the point.
There will be a substitution, an early substitution for Coach Dexter Clamor. Lloyd Yosafat will check in for Martin Bogawan as the service specialist.
Cignal on top of the rankings as the best serving team, and this is one of the few areas where Criss Cross is not the second best team. Oh, and that is why tamang-tama naman ang pagpasok ni Yosafat.
Uncharacteristic miscue there from Jude Garcia and Nico Almendras. That's a good point for the substitution of Coach Dex. Oh, this is where you'll feel the gravity of those errors. I mean, 1 point can make all the difference in a set. Sabi nga ni Coach Dex in that timeout, every point matters.
Yeah.
So you have to take care of it. 5 service errors already for Cignal HD in this opening frame.
And that one's inside, so the solo block by none other than the setter, Ish Polvorosa. He is probably the short, hindi naman, but he is not the taller blocker.
Tallest.
Yeah, he is,
He timed that so
timed
well.
it like perfect. And you felt good about that one. 2-point advantage again for Criss Cross and Jude. Alam mo, kuminsan yung gigil, yung alam mong sayon-sayon na, pero hindi mo napatay. Buti na lang, hindi rin yan inasahan ng Cignal.
It's becoming a serving game for the Criss Cross King Crunchers. It wasn't the smoothest of kills from Jude Garcia, but a point is a point.
Yeah,
they have a 3-point lead here in set number 1.
Rother again. Good choice for Retamar. Seems to go to Rother for a short point. And Cignal still down by 2 though. And Ronquillo and Silang checking in now. So a lot of substitutions. Double substitution here. Different setter on the court.
Silang will have 3 attackers in the front row at his disposal. And we also have Jao Mandal for that type attack.
First to get the serves in. Perfect first ball, and that's called outside. Untouched by Cignal.
There
And
will
rare
be a
mistake.
challenge. It will be a block touch challenge. Not the ball in,
And
ball
not
out
ball
challenge.
in, ball out. And this is one of those things when it's late in the set, you have challenges to give. I don't know, did you see a chance of a block touch there? Well, we'll look anyway, and both teams using this time to just regroup. Again, looking at the different skills here. Best server ang Cignal, best blocking team as well, best spiking team, best setting team. But pagdating sa dig at sa receive, dito mas nangunguna ang Criss Cross. Let's take a look at the... it looks clean. No block touch.
Yeah, there's no block touch. Point will go to the HD Spikers.
Yeah.
It's down to a 1-point lead.
And as we mentioned, it was a freebie. Oh, some famous fans here. Cici Rondina just chilling with Ricky Palou, enjoying the action here at the Spikers turf. It's always nice to see the PVL stars, UAAP stars, all of these volleyball idols come out and support each other. Yeah.
Well, they're already through to the next phase of the tournament. So they have time to relax a bit, just to enjoy the games here in the Spikers turf.
This is a good one to show up for. We're glad all of you are joining us today, whether you're watching us on Pilipinas Live, One Sports Plus, and that's inside. And Criss Cross is all set for set point.
The double substitution for Coach Tai has worked so well, not just in this game, but also in the past few outings of the King Crunchers. So it's also like a chess match between Coach Dex and Coach Tai. And dami na nating nakitang paikot ng tao.
Set point. Good reception. And Miguel will go up, and he saves the day for Cignal. First set point saved.
Partner, this is going to be a long one.
Yeah.
We're just exchanging points. The 3-point lead is not safe at all, but Criss Cross will have a chance to end this first set.
Still set point here. Good first ball. Oh! Buhay pa rin. Cignal another chance to counter. Jao Mandal, and what a block! Saura, just 2 consecutive points, eventually winning it for his team. What a first set, Neil.
Again, all eyes will be on the defense of both teams. It's already a given that these are the 2 best attacking teams of the league, but it will come down to net defense.
Perfect offensive block by Saura. 25-23 is how that first. Take a look at the highlights of that very hotly contested first set. A lot of kills that we're going to see in succession.
It was a really tight first set between these 2 teams, but when you really dissect what happened in set number 1, kumalas talaga yung Criss Cross when they were serving heavy. There were a lot of botched passes from the Cignal side, and that just forced Oretamar to set up their wings. And in the end, it was that defensive stop from Francis Saura that sealed the deal. Ishpol Gorosa also had a single block.
Yeah, very
So-
timely, no? It came at the right time.
So there are two things that Cignal needs to address. Number one, it's their errors. There were a lot of 3 points given to the King Crunchers. Look at that, 9 unforced errors compared to the single one of Criss Cross. So Criss Cross is just playing clean. They're doing their job on offense and defense, and they're forcing Cignal to commit those mistakes.
Yeah.
And as for Cignal, they were in control of the attacking department, 17-12. That's not surprising kasi ganyan naman yung nagiging trend sa mga games nila. So they just really have to lessen those opponents' errors.
That's just a glaring disparity right there, that stat. By the way, UAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Cignal. Watch it all live on the UAP Varsity Channel, One Sports, and Pilipinas Live, because legends start here. Many of the legends continue on here to the Spikers turf. As you know, many of these players stars in their collegiate teams.
And most of the players that you see on the floor right now were former UAAP stars of their
Yes.
respective universities. Now they're
Parang-
coming together to form powerhouse teams.
Yeah. I mean, you can say that Criss Cross is very Ateneo heavy, and we see a lot of FEU batchmates here naman sa Cignal. But a good mix also, and of course, the players coming from other places. We've been talking about Stephen Rotter, who was actually an unknown until he made his way here into the Spikers turf. So let's see the adjustments that you mentioned, Neil. First of all, just cleaning up for Cignal. It would make it much easier for them to gain a W if they take away those errors. Because sabi mo nga, offensively, wala ka namang mahihingi. And that's called inside. So the scoring continues for Criss Cross.
Vince Lorenzo called that ball outside, but last second, the ball dropped. First point will go to the King Crunchers. This will not be the only meeting of these two teams. Again, we have a double round robin format, so makikita pa ulit sila.
Yeah.
We will start immediately yung second round natin after this day. And in the next round or the semifinals, it will also be a round robin format. So if they both enter that round, na most probably naman papasok talaga sila, maghaharap ulit sila before they compete for the championship round.
So that's a treat for the volleyball lovers. A lot of head-to-head matches between these two stellar teams. And sabi nga ni Mac Capuela, yung ating stadium announcer, this is very likely a preview of the championships.
We can't count the other teams out yet. Savoj has been making waves, also challenging Criss Cross to a
true.
five-set match. So marami pang mangyayari. So again, these teams just need to bring their A game every single time.
And as you say that, we see errors coming from the Criss Cross naman early. And look at this. Whoop.
Too soft of a touch from Gian Glorioso.
Medyo nag-alangan siya doon, changed his mind, but was not committed enough. Big serve. Good receive there by Sumang though.
We're seeing Brian Bagunas, one of our brand ambassadors, I mean, for the World Championships.
Those are coming up soon too. Back row attack. And no violation this time.
Foot fault was called by
Again?
the first referee, but Coach Dexter will be challenging that call. So we have to check if Jao Mandal actually stepped on that attack line before he took off for that hit.
Yeah. So these are the errors that you're talking about. Kasama na dyan yung na-foot fault na rin si Jao dun sa first set. So these things, they add up. We counted a total of 9 errors for Cignal in that first set. So it's these little things. And, you know, in the end game, they matter, obviously, because Criss Cross was able to just capitalize on those errors coming from Cignal. At first, let's take a look at the... mukhang okay naman.
There was no foot fault, so we will be replaying that point. It will be ruled as a dead ball.
Pang inside yun. Nag-in nga yung line judge. Pakinggan mo ako. Mali ko eh. Tawag ko. Pag cross pa lang niya, pumito na ako. So wala pang bola doon. Hindi pa nag-i-inside yun. Oh, dead ball bali. Hindi, ganun yun eh. Yun talaga. Kaya nga na-stop ko yung call eh, di ba? Nag-cross pa lang dito. Hindi, tingnan mo ako. Nag-cross pa lang yung bola. Pumito na ako. So wala pang inside nun. Replay talaga yon. Walang puntos yun. Replay yun.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow for Cignal. Pero naiintindihan natin. It's really just the timing of it all, and because things are happening so fast. And si Ref Bobby Celso he is very adamant about his call. Sabi nga niya na he called it before the ball dropped. So play over, and no harm, no foul. Point goes to Cignal anyway.
They can always recover on the next point.
Yeah.
Just like that. Again, a hammer from Steven Rotter to give Cignal a 1-point lead.
Let's see where Ish will go. Woo! Namuntikan pa. Jude Garcia with a little dump there. Just tipping the ball over.
And now you can see that Jude Garcia is in control of his offense. Again, just really gauging kung ano ba yung best option for attack every time he's up in the air. It also pays to have that kind of elevation kasi you will have extra time to think.
Yeah. That's a good dig by the Quinton. So by Lorenzo. Good defense we're seeing. Miguel. He was protecting his own block or his own attack. First rally we're seeing, Neil. Here comes Wendell Miguel. He is the highest scorer for Cignal so far, and he is on a roll.
Almost in double digits already. In the pregame, we talked about Jao Mandal being the best ace for Cignal HD. But in today's game, it has been Wendell Miguel dishing out a lot of hard hits.
Rotter is right behind him in points. 6 so far. But a lot of these serve errors also coming from his jump serves na malakas kasi.
Yeah, that's the thing about jump serves. You really have to get the right amount of power.
Lumabas din. So same story. And I'm sure this is something that they practice again and again at training. Is just the accuracy of these big serves. And Sumangkid is able to take care of that one. Again, three-man block with a challenge, but it goes outside. So that's another thing that Criss Cross is learning to do. You can count on the three-man block to be present, but how to just swipe against it, the tool, the blockers, hit off the hands.
Sometimes mas gusto pa nga ng attackers na nakikita na maraming kamay kasi ang daming options kung saan mo pwedeng padaanin for the hit out. Cignal will get an instant break point of that JP Bugawan hit. Jin Glorioso was already too late to go up for that block.
And Bugawan at the serve. That one went over. Saved by Cignal. Another chance here for them. Mandal going for the second ball. That's inside. And Polvoroso, I think that is his second point today off of blocks.
their training has been paying off. Sabi nga nila sa akin on air, grabe yung paghihirap nila sa training. So every time they get a block point like that, dapat sineselebrate talaga yun.
Sulit ang pawis. No, that one again. That was outside. Clearly outside, untouched. And Rotter's looking for a challenge. He's pretty sure. Again, there's something that the person himself might have felt that nobody else saw. And he looked like he was insistent on the challenge, on the black touch. Prior to this game, Neil, you reminded us at the pregame that Cignal only gave up one set all tournament long. And so them losing the first set, oh, it's so close.
Wow,
that's so
inside.
close. Wow. Oh, that's a good challenge. And if you look at you saw the eyes of Stephen Rotter in that last sequence. Talaga sigurado siyang pasok eh. That's a good challenge. So, Cignal already having given up 2 sets after losing that first to Criss Cross. For those of you just joining us now, it was a 25-23 first frame. Oh, wow. Good defense by Rotter.
Jao Mandal tried to save that ball.
Is it a double contact? What happened?
It already crossed the antenna out of the playing field.
Okay, tapos na. Oh, that one is outside again. This time, no challenge. Rotter acknowledging that it was outside. But Cignal just right there.
Back inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City, Neil and Chiki talking about Jude Garcia, the other possible MVP we're talking about in the Pilipinas Live app, told me that in their last match against Savoj, it was defense that got them through their end game. And it's a similar narrative in set 1 against Cignal, right? For them, both teams are evenly matched in terms of offense. So it all came down to their defense where they went neck and neck. Now, looking back at their last match against Cignal last season, they remember how they kept chasing and keeping up with Signal's ball flow. But once the Cignal HD Spikers gained momentum, it became difficult to stop them. That's why for Criss Cross, they need to be aggressive from the first ball. If you notice, they've been using quick plays more often, and their creativity will largely depend on Ish Polvorosa. Expect a more aggressive Criss Cross in this match. Back to set 2.
Thanks a lot for that, Ahi. Well, taking a look at the scores right now are even Steven, so no difference. The aggressive plays coming from both ends of the court as expected. And I talked about the need for Ish Polvorosa to get really creative, to second guess the blocking of Cignal as well. But at that time, it was a solo blocking effort by Josafatis in the game.
The substitutions of Coach Dex have worked. We saw the entry of Lloyd Josafat in the tail end of set number 1. He was able to score a point instantly.
And that one, a point again for Jude Garcia. So talagang unahan lang ito. It's really, as we're seeing in the second set, it's anybody's game. This is talagang unahan lang to 25.
Ish knows it all too well. Alam niya na malakas yung blocking pattern ng Cignal. So you really can't give a really high set to the wings. So he is delivering his trademark low fast setting. But on the other hand, Wendell Miguel has been unstoppable for Cignal HD.
He's just gone everywhere. This time going down the line, and he likes those high sets. And just one blocker against him. So credit that to Owar Tamar, looking for the best option in that last sequence. Those quick sets, like you mentioned.
We've seen more activity from the middles dito sa Criss Cross compared to Cignal HD. For Cignal, Owar Tamar has been relying on Wendell Miguel and Steven Rotter to score the points.
Again, Miguel will get a chance, and Sumangid had a read on that, but was not quick enough to get to the ball.
He can do no wrong. Talking about Wendell Miguel, that wasn't an easy set from Owar Tamar. He displayed so much control in that assist. Just dishing out another perfect set to the left wing.
Just a variety of attacks from Wendell Miguel. Good stop, good first ball from Suma. Oh, and that one got away from Rotter, and a good choice also to go for the guy who just served. A little difficult for Rotter to keep that ball in play. Tied at 11. Gorgorosa. He looked like he was ready for the 1-2. You never know what Ish is up to. Good offense there. Good play by Criss Cross. Almendras has been quiet, no? He has not been has not played the starring role today, but that's a big error. We're seeing errors coming from Criss Cross this time in the second frame.
That was a big chance ball from Cignal HD, but that overpass cost them that point. JP Bugawan was up in the air.
Well, suffice it to say, that's the least practiced thing for a middle blocker. Mga dig. Bugawan caught a hand on that. Ball continues, play continues here. Quick action coming from Cignal. Quick reaction from Criss Cross. Requinton stopped. We like this rally. Oh, wow. Cignal tried, couldn't contain it. That was exciting.
We're starting to see longer rallies between these two teams. The defense is doing its job. That's why both teams are getting their own opportunities to attack. Ultimately, it was Nico Almendras getting that hit out. He had one thing on his mind, and that is to target the fingertips of the blockers of the HD Spikers.
2 straight points for Almendras. And that one's outside, off the hands. Easy point for Jao Mandal.
It is the same story here in set number 2.
Talagang match na match itong dalawang koponan. Again, going back to how they've performed so far. Criss Cross has given up a 5-setter to Savoj last game, and also a 3-1 win against Navy, which is the same story for Cignal, 3-1 against Navy. Glorioso getting quick point back.
Slide attacks are just so helpful to get those split blocks. Jao Mandal was all alone.
Good first ball. Mandal, and that's off the hands. He was targeting the fingertips, and he got it. It's 2 points in a succession for Jao Mandal.
Going through the seam of the double block of Criss Cross.
that got away from Retamar. Down the line hit from Requinton, who is also having a really good tournament. Requinton is up there in terms of his performance as a scorer. He is the 7th best scorer in the league so far.
Good numbers for Jaron Requinton. They are missing the services of Isay Marasigan. He's still recovering from that pinky injury.
And that one's outside. Requinton was hoping it would land on the line. Not quite, though. And we're tied at 15. Again, just anybody's set. Anybody's match. And you mentioned this at the top of the coverage. Has Criss Cross ever beaten Cignal? Yes, they did it twice in the 7 times that they've met. So they want to do it some more, do it again. And so far, Criss Cross looking good with a 1-point lead. And
Mamma mia, let me go. Alam ko na ito eh. Hindi ko makahantayin ito. Masyado mataas ito eh. It's Bohemian Rhapsody. Queen. Taas ito. Hindi ko kahantayin ito. Nako. Pag na-play ito sa TV, no, sira image ko.
dapat kinanta mo na lang. You're waiting, mag-headbang ka man lang. Pero alam na alam ni Gian, that's a classic. Siguro favorite song niya rin yun. Meantime, get your daily dose of sports updates on Starting Lineup, Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 p.m. live on Pilipinas Live app and on One News. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Criss Cross up by 1 and after the second technical timeout, so we are getting closer and closer to the 25-point mark. And so far, it has been tit for tat. Nobody leading by more than 2 points since we started. Miguel with a tip. He's looking for a check ball. And more stars from the PVL world. A lot of them are able to just relax a little bit. Mika Reyes and Joy Maron.
Savannah
And
Davison
Savannah
also. And they're
Savvy,
coming off
yeah.
a big win
Against
Zeus Coffee.
Criss Cross is up by 1. And again, Criss Cross looking good because they took that first set, which is a big deal, you know, considering Cignal has only given up a set so far in this tournament. Miguel is hot today.
He is the top scorer right now for Coach Dexter Clamore, and they're just milking his hot hands right now. Double sub in for Coach Dex. CNC Lang will check in alongside GM Ronquillo to provide Cignal with a full front line.
We've seen this before. We've seen this same substitution. And again, you also mentioned that in our tournament format, these teams are going to meet again. And we're not going to have to wait until the last part of the second round. So there's going to be a lot of adjustments, a lot of learning in this first encounter for these two teams. On the line again, Jude Garcia with a quick point.
The set was actually far from the net already, but Jude Garcia still found a way to get that through the block of the HD Spikers. From one Tamarao to another, challenging the defense of CNC Lang.
Big serve. Chance for Criss Cross to counter. And easy point. Almendras is making a difference here in the second set.
Spin shot works for Nico Almendras. It's not always about power. Saw the opportunity to go for a quick swipe. Now they're up by 2 points. Jude Garcia is now in double digits. 10 points off 9 attacks and 1 block. That's a free point for Cignal. He can still turn things around. Jao Mandal will come back in.
And we just saw Ramirez go in and out. Again, just a reminder of how deep the bench is for Cignal. I mean, you got a Luis Ramirez who hasn't even really spent much time on the court. And we know what kind of a player he is.
Wow, Jaron Recanton also getting good numbers in this game. The block of Cignal did its job. They were able to get a good check ball, but again, yung defense sa likuran medyo a bit late to react. So that's something that Coach Dex has been pointing out, that we are getting good touches dun sa block natin, but hindi natin nasusuportahan with our floor defense. Now an ace is served up by Kim Malabunga.
And 3-point lead for Criss Cross, which is big as this game is going.
Pag tayo ng trabaho natin sa iba, walang mangyayari. Dapat akuin natin yung trabaho natin. Akuin natin. Next, Jao. Alam mo ikaw to targetin. So, help him. Kasi inside the inside, hindi naman champa yung ace eh. Nakaintindihan ba? Go, go, go. Let's go. Hey, Cignal. Let's go.
Good point from Coach Dex. Hindi nga naman chamba because there is a target on that serve from Criss Cross. They want to pressure Jao Mandal in service reception. It has worked to their favor. It's back to a 3-point lead. This was the same scenario in the first set. Dito kumalas yung Criss Cross.
That's a good first ball. Sila looking for Umandal. That just, I mean, Jao is trying to make a point here. And he made it loud and clear with that perfect cut shot.
You can also see how these players understand the game.
Yeah.
They know what to do. They make quick adjustments on the floor.
And again, those rebounds. You know, see, Coach Tex said as much. Sabi mo nga kailangan sila magtulungan, which is the point he also made during that last huddle. The blockers do their job in slowing the ball down. You can't expect it to be that slow dahil sa lakas ng dating, but a little more time for the floor defense. And Umandal, 2 straight points, getting Cignal just within 2.
Ish Polvorosa was expecting a hard ball from Jao Mandal, but then again, the double block was able to get a good touch on it. Sometimes it boils down to the reaction time also of the players in the backcourt. Mga 0.001 seconds. Napaka-importante. Malit ka lang ng konti, ang hirap ng iangat yung bola.
Oh, good combination attack there. Well played by Ish Polvorosa. Requinton again tumatabo.
They're playing efficient volleyball. They're sticking to their roles. Ish Polvorosa has been distributing the balls really well for the King Crunchers. As for Cignal, they have performed really well compared to that first set. Nabawasan nila yung unforced errors nila. But the service reception hasn't been as efficient.
Oh, and outside. And look at this. We recall the score in that first set was 25-23, and Cignal had to really try hard to catch up. And they were not quite able to do it, so now they are facing 4 set points.
Nangyari, pinipilit natin nilapit yung bola sa tabi ng net. Okay? Di pasayaan nyo yung set. Basta itaas nyo lang, kayaan yung setup yung discard. Hindi kailangan isubsub. Sometimes bitin, sometimes masyadong dikit sa net. Nahihirapan yung setup natin. Okay? Oh, tagayin natin. Malay natin. Sa atin pa yan. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, go! Hey!
It's not yet over for Cignal HD. this is not new to them. And I say that because they've encountered these kinds of deficits in the past already. They were able to erase bigger leads against other opponents. But they really do have to be stable dun sa net defense because right now ginagamit lang talaga ng Criss Cross yung kamay ng blockers ng HD Spikers.
Now we get the good first balls. They're able to execute their plays.
JM Ronquillo will get that break point for the HD Spikers.
One set point saved for Cignal HD. And again, that double substitution. Retamar back on the court. And Josafat also. Yeah, it's a tough serve. And Quinton, the moment he went up, he kind of knew that he was going to get the point. That wind up, that attack, and very interesting turn of events here. It was a close game, the second set, just like the first set won. But Criss Cross already up 2-0. And we will talk more about set number 2 after the break. Against the reigning champions, Cignal HD Spikers. We take a look at the set highlights. Definitely more attacks coming from the Criss Cross Crunchers in this second set. But Wendell Miguel from Cignal HD has been the dependable player as well. But we take a look at the many variations and the many different options that Ish Polverosa was able to exercise in that second set. But as we take a look at the numbers, we will see while Cignal was able to clean their acts up a little bit, nabawasan na yung kanilang errors. Grabe ang tinaas ng efficiency ng Criss Cross pagdating sa kanilang mga atake.
Again, Cignal has to support the numbers of Wendell Miguel. He's at 63% efficiency right now. And this is something new. Criss Cross did score 21 points on offense compared to the 16 of the HD Spikers. Laging lamang yung Cignal in that department, but the strong serving of Criss Cross just helped them get a lot of good touches. They were able to run smooth counterattacks in set number 2, but partner, this game is far from over. We know the capability of a champion team like Cignal HD. So again, somebody has to get his numbers to help Wendell Miguel. There's a change in the starting unit for Coach Dexter. Louis Ramirez will be checking in alongside JM Ronquillo.
Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Again, earlier, Neil, we were talking about how, yun na nga, merong mga pwede pang bunutin ni Coach Dex na hindi natin nakikita from the Cignal side. And let's see the shuffling that he did, if it's going to work well for the HD Spikers. Oh, that was good, and Sumang unable to find the answer for that last attack. And that one is given to Ronquillo.
It's point number 2 for JM Ronquillo. He might just be the solution to the problems of the HD Spikers. Tingnan natin kung gagana yung different starting 6 ni Coach Dexter.
You know, if you think about it, as we take a look at Nico Almendras, who was really instrumental in that second set win. Talk about his teammate who's on the other side, si Ora Tamar. It's pretty amazing how Coach Dex trusts him so much to be part of the starting unit, the rookie that he is.
Both players have a lot of championship experience, that's for sure. Ang taas din ng IQ nila in volleyball. So I know malaking tulong ang maibibigay nila sa respective teams nila this conference. Jaron Requenton, on the other hand, has been also been doing a really good job in scoring for Criss Cross.
Hindi na nga pala mga rookie itong mga to. They started in the conference before this one, but they are relatively new considering these teams, particularly Cignal, has been together a while.
There was a check ball on Jen Glorioso.
Yeah, that's what Cignal was insisting. No need for the challenges there. And Cignal enjoying an early 2-point lead. Must win third set for the HD Spikers. Good save by Sumang. They continues, and Garcia with that off speed.
Jude Garcia did not have any other choice. He just needed to put that ball over kasi nakaharang dun si Manuel Sumanggit off that coverage. But the defense of Cignal was not ready for that pass.
Again, quick conversion. JB Bugawan with a put away. And this is something we're used to seeing with those low sets to JB Bugawan and how he's able to just intercept the ball midway. You have to surprise talaga your opponents like JP does.
Yeah, CNC lang has to maximize that FU connection so that they can build separation. Now defense is starting to click for the HD Spikers.
Yeah, and just solo block, not enough for Criss Cross. I think Malabunga needed help there. Couldn't close out in that last sequence. Three-point lead for Cignal. Almost, but not quite. Luis Ramirez felt the ball, got a hand on it, but couldn't keep it up.
This has been the best start, though, for the HD Spikers, establishing a 2-point lead. Set number 3, kasi nung first 2 sets, nagpapalitan tayo until the 20-point mark. But now, they really want to start out very aggressive. For Criss Cross naman, they can't afford to relax. If you give any kind of momentum to the HD Spikers, we know what's going to happen.
Silang was trying for 1-2 there. And again, the errors. This time, you really have no room for much if you're Cignal. They were able to bring it down already by leaps and bounds. Only 2 errors from Cignal compared to their 9 in the first set. Oh, wow. Nice stop by Sumang. And that was rewarded by Jude Garcia. Hindi niya sinayang yung save ni Manuel Sumanggit.
That's just fearless attacking from Jude Garcia. Set was way off. He had to adjust for that differential play in the middle.
And that was a tough set. It was just a bump set. Underhanded set. Oh, Bugawan blocked this time. And look at the blocking of Criss Cross, although it's outside. But really the persistence of Criss Cross with their net defense.
Wendell Miguel is on his way to the 20-point mark.
Wow.
This might just be his best performance in this first round.
We're seeing a different 6 on the court. Garcia. Oh, that's good defense also for Miguel. We're seeing an all-around performance for Wendell Miguel. But that last sequence will go the way of Criss Cross. And we're even at 6 right away. Big serve. Good stop there by Lorenzo. Ah! Solo block, but well done by Almendras.
Might just be the momentum swinger here in set number 3. That was indeed an impact play for the King Crunchers. Solid single block against JM Ronquillo.
Yeah, good first ball. Silang looking for Ronquillo. That one is way out. Again, the errors beginning to show here for Cignal. So the pressure, and we are at 8 points with Criss Cross.
Back inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City for your Spikers Turf Open Conference. Again, it's the last day of our round 1. Neil and Chiki for Criss Cross King Cruncher Jaron Requinton. He told me that stepping into the shoes of Isay Marasigan is an honor. Having been with Criss Cross for over a year, he's grateful to the coach and proud of what he can finally contribute to the team. He emphasized that the age gap doesn't matter. Despite being younger than his teammates, he embraces the opportunity to be a leader on the court. He's determined to take that role to heart and stay resilient, especially in this highly anticipated match. For Jaron, who specializes in beach volleyball, this journey is not just about competing, but also about discovering more about himself as a player. Expect Criss Cross to keep the momentum going, but let's not forget the HD Spikers will do everything in their power to defend their championship position. Now let's go back to set 3, but first we have comments from our Spikers Turf fans. Sabi ni Rafa HJ, puksaan malala ang CKC versus CHD. Preview na agad doon ang finals. And sabi naman ni Maximira, again, has anyone measured the leap of Jude Garcia? Kulang na lang gawin niyang Chinese garter ang net. Hashtag SpikerSurf 2025. And last but not the least, sabi ni I am Gory83, grabe ang bibilis ng galawan ng CKC and Cignal. Hashtag SpikerSurf 2025. Don't forget to use this hashtag so that we can reach you more later. Back to the panel.
Thanks so much, Ai. And it's great to hear from our viewers. And natawa ko doon sa comment ng Chinese garter. I wonder
Hindi ko nga pwede.
Ako, ang iniisip ko, yung mga Gen Z. Alam ba nila ko yung Chinese garter? Nako, linalaro ko yun nung bata-bata ako. Pero tama yun. Talagang yung lundag kasi ni Jude Garcia, kala mo parang nasa floor lang yung net. It's like talaga Chinese garter. We should get his elevation. We'll measure that.
More than anything else, I think the fans are just enjoying the intense action between these two teams. And we're seeing high-quality men's volleyball.
Oh, and that one is going to go for Ramirez. He will get that point just pushing the ball in. One more time on that last sequence. So definitely a change in strategy here. A whole different crew in for Cignal in this third set.
Miguel Mendras has been steady. He doesn't get the majority of the sets from Ishbol Barossa, but every time he's in the front row, he makes sure that he converts a couple of points.
How about that solo block, the monster block that he was able to score all alone. Let's see where Cignal goes. Back row attack. Miguel answered by Criss Cross. And again, the system here. Almendras, you were saying, that one is called outside by Coach Dex. But agree naman yung lines judge. And
all right, it will be a referee's challenge. So first referee Bobby Celso wants to get this right.
Magkaiba ng hatol eh.
Yep, there are different angles on the floor.
Magkaiba ng hatol eh.
Iba rin yung tawag ng mga linesmen.
yeah.
Just to be sure. But the first referee has that power to call on
Okay.
his
Video
own
challenge, moto proprio, no? Yeah, if you're not sure. And this is a crucial third set because it could be the winning set for Criss Cross. Uy, pasok.
That was definitely in. Corner pocket, good to
Ah.
go for Nico Almendras. Now,
Well, that
the
was worth a second look.
yeah, the three-point lead is back with Criss Cross.
This is big. 3-point lead. Considering naghahabol ang Cignal. They have not won a set yet. And Louis Ramirez with that error. Let's see. Coach Dex already looking at his bench.
Errors have hurt Cignal HD in this match.
And that one is a go. Silang with that quick to Hasafat.
They have to continuously find ways to get past the defense of Criss Cross.
I mean, you can see what Coach Dex is doing here. Siyempre, aral na aral yung first unit ng Cignal, and clearly Criss Cross did their homework. So Coach Dex had to call in the troops, the less predictable players. Definitely inside. That is so down the line, said the lines judge. Ronquillo will score.
What a sharp angle from JM Ronquillo.
But Cignal still down. And if you're Criss Cross, you have to feel good about your performance against no less than the reigning champions. Oh, Glorioso with a quick point too. Wow.
That has been one of the main differences also in the offense of Criss Cross and Cignal. I feel like mas madaming puntos yung middle blockers ng Criss Cross compared sa middles ng Cignal HD. That's all thanks to the playmaking of Ish Polvorosa.
And let's see with Silang now calling the shots here on the Cignal side. It might change. You see JP Bugawan also has been able to score a couple from the middle.
Criss Cross already has 8 blocks. 4 of those came from Ish Polvorosa. And as for Cignal HD, they have 5 kill blocks as a team. So hindi naman nagkakalayo yung points in the blocking department. There will be a challenge on the floor from Coach Dexter Clamon, a block touch challenge. The blockers were claiming that they did not touch that hit from Jude Garcia.
Curiously, the 2 highest scorers for Cignal so far in the tournament, Jao Mandal and Steven Roder, have been taken out. So they have not returned here in this third set. And see, Jao, after the second set, had 7 points, Roder with 10. So Coach Dex is opting to go for the, the less predictable or the less scouted players.
Cignal is just down by 1. They have to make their move to erase that lead of Criss Cross.
Oh, how do you do it with Garcia just on a rampage like that?
That was such a simple play from Criss Cross. Started with an excellent pass from Manuel Sumanguid. Ish Polvorosa saw his advantage in Jude Garcia. Again, a powerful swing from Jude. Get the point for Criss Cross. Right now, the don't need any combination play. They're
Yeah.
sticking to their system.
It's
But
just-
that unforced error from Glorioso will give more opportunities to Cignal to come back.
It's really the skill, the precision, and the quick decision-making of Ish Polvorosa that has really been on display today. And again, Garcia now doing cross-court deep. May decoy pa eh. Criss Cross up by 2 in the second technical time. Wendell Miguel so far with 14 points. A big, big game for Wendell Miguel. Sabi mo nga, one of the best outings you've ever seen him here in the Spikers turf. Jude Garcia, in the meantime, has 16 points so far. And madadagdagan pa yan. And look at that. He's scoring in all possible ways. We also were on the lookout for how Jao Mandal would measure up against the other Open Invitational MVP, the reigning one, Jude Garcia. Meantime, UAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Cignal. Watch it all live on the UAP Varsity channel, One Sports and Filipinas Live, because legends start here. Chiki Rowapuno with Neil Flores and Alexis Tinsay bringing you this game. We are live from the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan, and Criss Cross is looking good and really on the road to scoring an upset, you might say, because especially if this ends in 3 sets.
Another setter will check in. That's EJ Casanya. So Coach Dexter actually opted to include 3 setters in their playing roster today.
Roder also back on the court. Oh, free ball. A chance here for Criss Cross to extend their lead, and they will do just that. Biggest lead we've seen, 4 points for Criss Cross.
And Ish Polvorosa dishing out another excellent set to that slide for Kim Malabunga. And JP Bugawan couldn't even catch up to that, and he is one of the best middles in the league.
Good first ball. And Wendell Miguel, he is the one with the hot hands today. I think the setter has to recognize that. Jake Asanya with all of his experience. Oh, you're talking about the blocking of JB Bugawan.
Might not be the best combination play for Criss Cross. The 3 blockers were already compressed in the middle. So that was an easy kill block from JP Bugawan. Double sub now in for Coach Tai. Saura and Asia again.
Oh, we're seeing Jewel Asia come in for the first time. So Ish will get some perspective from the bench. First time Ish is given a rest. And Saura also in. Chance here for Cignal. They're on offense. Good pickup by Sumang. Jude Garcia also stopped by Lorenzo. Oh, that joust won by Jude Garcia.
Set was a bit tight. That was just forced displayed by Jude Garcia.
That's huge. And he's going up against a much taller player in Steven Roder. Oh, good first ball there by Ramirez. There's a chance for Criss Cross to counter. Back row attack. Nabantayan ni JP Bugawan. Almendras also saved there by Ramirez. Good defense from Cignal until that time when Rother did not win that one-on-one at the net. And we have a timeout by Cignal.
Not over yet for Cignal
No.
HD. They still have a chance. Set number 1, set number 2. Criss Cross had a 3-point lead. They were able to come back. But EJ Casania has to find a way to maximize the 3 attackers in the front row for the HD Spikers. Malakas itong front line ng Cignal with Bugawan, Rother, and Ramirez. But the defense has been shaky from the HD Spikers. There was no block there. It was an open block, so it left a lot of holes in their defense pattern in the back row.
Oh, it's desperation time, it seems, here for Coach Dex. Just trying to... He keeps shuffling his players in and out. And now Silang back on the court. Let's see if that will spell the difference. It is a 5-point lead, the biggest we've seen all match long. Oh, and that one did not even cross the net. So, pati si Wendell Miguel was having a great day. Minamalas na ngayon.
That's just frustration from the HD Spikers. Wendell Miguel has given his all in today's game against Criss Cross.
And as we wait for the results of the block touch challenge that Cignal has had to call, we talk about the history of these two teams. Again, Criss Cross has only won against Cignal twice. And if they get it in this third set, never via a sweep. So this is going to be a huge upset that Criss Cross is poised to pulling here. But like we said, things are still hanging in the balance. I mean, kayang-kaya pa rin ng Cignal humabol. You know that they have it in them if they just play flawless volleyball from here on out. Errors are, well, not as many as the first set, pero bumabalik na naman yung inconsistencies. Black touch, we're wondering if it even crossed the net. Yeah, it didn't.
Nope, there was no block touch. Wendell Miguel hit the tape of the net. So this is now the biggest lead of Criss Cross in this entire match.
Yeah.
6-point lead for the orange shirts. Nas Guaza will check in to replace JP Bugawan.
Again, was another talented player that we haven't seen yet. So, the tough question for you, Neil. You've seen the 3 setters on the court already for Cignal. Which one do you think would do best in this situation? Would it be Silang? Would it be Casania or Retamar?
Well, Silang has been connecting with his attackers naman. So, I would say na okay naman yung performance niya. It's just that right now, it's really just the frustration from the HD Spikers.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you are looking at a 7-point deficit like this, lalo kang nanggigigil na makuha agad yung break point na hinahanap. But the more na manggigil yung players on the floor, the more sila nagkakamali. And Criss Cross recognizes that part of the game. That's why they've been consistent in pushing pressure, especially on the service line. That has been their biggest advantage in this game, aside from their net defense.
Yeah, look at that smile on Drew Garcia's face. I mean, oh, and that doesn't even matter at this point. These service errors, they're few and far between anyway, at least from Criss Cross. And now pressure serves from Cignal HD. So many match points that they have to save. Here comes Criss Cross. It could end here with Almendras easily. That was off the block of Ramirez. And what a turn of events. It was such a close game from both the first and second sets. And just Criss Cross just whipped out their magic wand and did this to Cignal.
This is a statement win for the King Crunchers. But again, this is just their first meeting. There will be a second meeting in the second round, but they will take this. They will add on to their win in the past meetings with the HD Spikers. That's win number 3 against Cignal HD. And for Cignal, it's back to the drawing board. It wasn't the cleanest of games for them.
Yeah.
Again, yung unforced errors nila, kailangan pa rin nila yun ayusin in the next games. But if there's something positive in this game, it was the breakthrough performance of Wendell Miguel. So for both these teams, hats off. We really enjoyed it, even if it was just a 3-setter. But for now, Criss Cross will take it.
Straight set win for Cignal. We'll talk more about it after the break.
German.
Back inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City, it's the last day of your preliminaries. And this last match has just ended. The Criss Cross King Crunchers dominated over the Cignal HD Spikers in one victorious sweep. And with me is player of the game, no other than their playmaker, Ish Polvorosa, with 18 excellent sets and 4 monster blocks. Congratulations, Ish! So sinabi niyo sa akin kanina kung gaano ka-importante na hindi kayo yung maghahabol, kundi kayo yung hahabulin. You talked about being aggressive from set 1 onward. So how did that work for you today?
That was really the game plan and the mindset today, to just play our game because we prepared really well for this game and just be consistent and aggressive nga for this match kasi hindi pwedeng maging stagnant lang and relaxed pagkalaban sila.
And secondly, sweeping round 1, anong masasabi mo sa performance mo as a playmaker, the one who orchestrates the stellar plays, and also the performance of Criss Cross in general?
Well, I think personally I did good in the first round. There are still some things that I want to improve on as a playmaker. But at the same time, a win is a win. So that was 5 games straight na pinanalo namin. So that was a feat. So the goal is to repeat that in the second round. And for the team naman, yung Criss Cross, may mga things pa rin talaga na kailangan i-improve. Especially yung blocking namin, no? And yung lapses namin, mga errors na minsan hindi na dapat kami nagkakamali. Kailangan i-perfect pa yung mga ganong bagay.
And we can't wait to see more of Criss Cross action this coming round 2 on Sunday. Again, congratulations, Il Barbosa. And also for the next of the Criss Cross King Crunchers. Now back to the panel.
Congratulations to Ish Polvorosa and Criss Cross. And let's take a look at the highlights as we remind everybody, not only did they pull a feat, but now they are on top of the standings with the lone team with an undefeated record.
Again, it was really the team effort from Criss Cross. Ang tinitingnan talaga natin na stat line today was the blocking, and the Ish had 4 or 5 kill blocks. So that says a lot about his timing today. You already mentioned that he's not the tallest of setters, but he was still able to get those crucial defensive stops against the attackers of the HD Spikers. And again, for Cignal, they also had a couple of problems in their service reception, kaya nag-connect na yun sa other aspects of their game. Again, Criss Cross had more attack points na bago after the set 1 stats natin. They had 5 kill blocks in set number 3, and that was really the story of this match.
They definitely signal the #1 blocking team, outblocked by, well, the second in that category naman. But really, Criss Cross, I mean, they are getting us even more excited for the second encounter of these two teams, because we want to see how that goes, and we're not going to have to wait too long for that. But we move on to round 2 on Sunday. We start that, starting off with Criss Cross with their first game of the day against the Alpha Edgers Protectors. And at 3:30, we have VNS going up against Cignal. And Savoj will end the evening with us against the BJGG Lion Navy SEALs. And ganun talaga dito, walang pahingahan. Every team plays in every game day, and we are glad that you are joining us here for the very exciting Spikers Turf Open Conference. On behalf of Neil Flores and Alexis Tensai, this has been Chikiro Puno. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again on Sunday.